I personally really, really enjoyed it. I think it was my favorite episode we have got so far for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. The seeing Vader was super. It was incredible. I loved seeing Vader, seeing him in his like castle where Obi-Wan and Anakin actually fought in Revenge of the Sith on Mustafar.
Yes, that's the other thing that I've noticed too with watching some of your podcasts, making sure that you guys pronounce the planet names correctly.
Yeah.
So, for example, Mustafar, Geonosis, I heard that one kind of said weirdly the other week. So just kind of, staying up to date with canon on the names and where these systems are is also really cool.
Yeah.
Did you have any criticisms about
Um.
the program at all when you saw it last night?
Well, seeing the Vader versus Obi-Wan fight, their first fight, obviously, as Anakin being Vader, that was incredible. But when Vader, force like pulled Obi-Wan into the fire, and then let him burn for a little bit, Obi-Wan was screaming like Anakin was in Revenge of the Sith. Then Vader put out the fire and ordered one of his stormtroopers to go and get Obi-Wan and bring him to Vader. And then the stormtrooper got shot by one of Obi-Wan's female helpers, I guess.
Helpers, yep.
Yeah, and stormtrooper got shot. Vader just didn't really do anything. He just stood there.
Stood there.
And
Yeah.
Vader could have easily sensed where that came from, and either, force choked her and easily got Obi-Wan. He could have used the Force to pull him to Vader. It was...
Yeah.
That's probably
Uh,
one of the main things.
Yeah, because it's one of those situations of, we've all seen some of the criticisms online about, the Book of Boba Fett, etc., and people nitpicking individual things with episodes rather than judging it on the entire series.
Yeah.
But when criticism is leveled at, for example, the fight scene from last night's episode 3, it kind of makes sense to kind of ask those questions of why didn't Vader do more? Like, he clearly could have killed Obi-Wan at least 6 times last night, and it almost seemed like he was, a cat with a mouse playing with Obi-Wan. And I'm sorry, but that's just not Vader. Vader doesn't, like, maybe this is young Vader, because old Vader certainly wouldn't have toyed with anybody.